And if you miss to listen to me today, never try futures. I know some of you are being liquidated, but you have nothing to say. You cannot come here in the chat and type that you are being liquidated. But me, I know most of you are being liquidated. Most of you have started to make some money and you have got excited. You are no longer following the principle. Okay. You are not following the principle. You see, principles are principles. Rules are rules. If you disobey them, you pay a big price. So whoever doesn't listen to this training should never try futures. I want to tell you. And it will be a special topic on Friday evening when we shall be launching this strategy. We must be able to understand a few important basics, and we keep principles. When some of you make money, you become greedy. You want to reach the finishing line like yesterday morning. When some of you start making money, you develop a philosophy that you want to make everything in a short period of time. When some of you start making money, you develop a gambler's mindset. That's why many people online are busy complaining about when you come in trading is very hard, trading is sophisticated, trading is bad, you lose all your money. Because many people who come into these ventures, and I want you to listen to me very well. Whoever doesn't attend this class should never, and I think I have typed it, even if it is a signal, should never try futures. Take away your excitement about money. Me, it's none of my concern. I have told you that before I came here to start teaching you futures, I lost $2,500. That is close to 10 million Ugandan shillings. And I have had people who call me, I'm not breathing, I'm seated in ice, I'm on the top of a banana leaf, my blazer, I'm here climbing a pole, my blazer, the seat is getting heavy, my blazer, I'm not understanding what is happening, my friend, I'm taking cold water, come and save me. Save you about what? My leader, why didn't you warn me first? My leader, this thing has been good, but now it's getting sour. How are you, sir? How are you? Someone is greeting you a million times in your chat, not even telling you anything, because they are going through a very hard time. Someone comes to your chat, writes V6, 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 V6. I look at the chat. Me, when you come to my chat, you must be able to say something. When you are just greeting me, even me, I don't respond. V6, V6, my top V6, my super V6, my over V6, my Dugudu V6, Katara V6. What is V6? Guys, you start typing. Me automatically, I know what you are going through. I automatically know People even watch my status and then they start, hey, where have you been for all this long? Hey, my leader, hey, you have come to redeem us. Hey, you a redemptor, you man. Hey, thank you. Where did you come from? You are a very strategic guy. Hey, we enjoying. Oh, without you, we wouldn't be living the life we are living. My brother, my sister, those statements you are making are just for excitement. And I know other people who are just chasing money. They will not speak to you the way I'm speaking to you. But now listen, they have even reached a capacity. There are those who have started making some money. Don't switch on your video. Don't switch on your video. I don't want people's videos. I'm sorry. There are those who have even reached a capacity. Let me find a way to stop your videos before some of you show us very funny things. Let me hide them before some of you show us very funny things. You see, someone joins the meeting and even forgets that things can go berserk. They switch on the video, and by the time you realize your video is on, some of you are very funny. You come in these meetings when you are in the bathroom, you press the phone the other side, then for you, you go the other side. By the time you are done, the phone has already displayed everything. Then I go on YouTube, the video is going viral. On to realize that the video is just a blue movie that people didn't enjoy the session, but they were enjoying the blue movie in the video, not the information. I've seen things. Okay, let's go slow. The money you are looking for. Am I speaking to someone? Listen to me very clearly. The money you are looking for is seated in compounding. It is not seated in that single trade you want to take. Give me a one if that statement is clear. The money you are looking for is seated in compounding. It is not seated in that single trade you want to take. Give me a one if that message is home. Do not get your $1,000. Do not get your $10,000. Do not get your $3,000. Do not get your $200. Do not get your $100 and drop it in a futures account. Because liquidation is real. Give me a two. Liquidation is real. Give me a two if my message is home. Liquidation is real. Give me a two. You will lose the money. Let me let me let me go more realistic. Let me go more realistic. Let me go more realistic. There is a trader who traded and made $87 million. Listen to me. He made $87 million in trading futures and lost everything. So you are not the first person to start this journey. You are not the first person to start this journey. Start getting excited. Give me a three if that message is home. Stop getting excited. You are not the first person to know about futures. You are not the first person to start trading futures. You are not the first person to make $100 a day, $200 a day. You will pack your bags and leave the business. Let's set the principles right. Maintain the principles or lose everything. Question number 2. If you have not yet understood what I have said, remain in the spot market. Give me a 1 if that is also clear. If that's why I'm not coming to anybody's chat to teach them futures, because I want you to come here on Zoom and hear it from me and understand it from me, not to come in my chat and say, help me put a coin and we make money. I know people who are in my chat. Leader Julius, let's put our first coin in. Hey, Leader Julius, Leader Julius, help me. We put this coin in. I want to earn like you, my friend. My friend. Unless you are clear with the principles, leave my chat alone. And I've not done any call with anyone. So liquidation is real. But then, ladies and gentlemen, even when you are trading in the spot market, you cannot win all trades. That's why people complain about floating loss. Is my message home? Let me know. You see, today's lesson is unique. You can never win all trades. You cannot take a long, it sells. You take a short, it sells. You take another long, it sells. I don't bring that mindset of yours that this is betting. I'll just get you off from my Zoom. Those of you who have moved with me, I don't entertain nonsense. Don't come here in my chat and start typing nonsense. If you are not interested in what I'm teaching, go. I'll never look for you. I have dealt with that mindset for a longer time. Today, I don't have room for wrong mindsets on a wrong Zoom. Am I clear? Make sure when you come in the chat, you don't type nonsense. Hmm? Eh? If you have not been attending my lessons for a longer time, don't come here for your first time and you are going to type nonsense in the chat. I'll just block you, get you off. Because we handled that long time. So let's get to understand. You can never win all trades. And since you can never win all trades, you just need a proper risk management to be profitable in the longer term. Can I set that clear? You can never win all trades. But you need a proper risk management. You can never win all trades. But you need a proper risk management to be profitable in the longer term. Give me a 1 if my message is clear. Let me set principles right. Let me say you want to use $500 or you want to use $100. When you want to use $100, I told you the maximum capital you can expose is 10% to 20% of your capital. Let's take the maximum, 20%. What is 20% of $100? Give me some answers in the chat. What is 20% of $100? And the reason why I'm telling you this, it is simple. If you don't know how to calculate, go to a calculator. Because I've seen someone typing $40. Now, it is $20. That is the money you are going to take in your futures account. All your margin calls, all your budgets should be on that money. Is my answer home? Let me know in the chat. All your margin calls, all your budgets, It goes up when it gets against me. All your plans should be on that money. You should even forget that you remained with $80 in either your spot wallet or in your funding wallet. Is the message home? Let me know in the chat. All your plans, no matter which signal, no matter how it is profitable, no matter how things are working for you, never exceed 20%. And let me tell you why. Let me say you take your first trade and you make $10 or $5. You now have $25. Is that clear? You made $5. You made $5. You made $5. You now have $25. What you do, before you enter second coin, take back to your 100. Now you have 105. Take off another 20%. What is 20% of $105? Type for me in the chat. Today I just want you to listen and understand this class. What is 20% of $105? If you don't know, just go and use a calculator. It is 21, it is 22, it is 20.5. Okay, let's take 21. Now you come back. You take another trade. And you make, let me say, $6. How many are now following? That is what you are supposed to do. That is how you increase your capital. So that if they liquidate you, question, will you still be able to trade? Question, I have not yet come to leverage. I have not been able to explain anything, but I'm asking, will you still be able to trade? Because you have to win. You have to win. What happen in longer term? I don't know if that happens, because if you take, let's take an average. The rest is up to you how you want to use your money. Me, it's none of my business. If you want to trade 80 coins, 20, 30, that one could be up to you. Me, I've told you 20%. If you skip that principle, because ladies and gentlemen, we are at a time when the market direction is not clear. We are at a time, I want to be plain. I made a funny thing and I sent it to a group. We are at a time that the market is trying to go up. Then Donald Trump says, all people in Iran city should evacuate. Immediately the market changes. How many of you have realized that? Like yesterday, all of you saw that happen. There was a time when the market became better. The market looked like coins are going to go long. The market looked like coins are now forming a wave to the upside. Bingo! He made a statement and markets changed. We are at a time when people are very fearful but interested in the markets. Point, if you cannot take 20% of your capital, because yesterday I met a guy who made, I think he made $9,000, and he called me. He made $9,000. He was close to hit $10,000 in a day. And he called me and he was like, my leader, how are you? How are you? Said I'm fine. Yeah, I called you to be very grateful for this strategy that you have brought. It really defines the true goal of achievement. I was like, sir, you are very excited. What's up? You see, today is a very great day in my life. I have made $9,000. I said, congratulations. Then, after 2 hours, he called me. This time around, the phone was different. You fool! You are very stupid! You fool! You are very stupid! You are very stupid! You are stupid! I was like, what, man? What's up? What's up? It's about the man of God is here. It's about to. Statement, yeah. Never exceed 20%. I think to what I have explained, all of you have been able to realize that. All of you have realized that I make the profit, I add the profit to my capital, I get a 20%, I come back again. Is the point home? Is the point home? I want to be very clear. I take my 20%, even if I make $1, I bring back my $1 to $100. I calculate 20%. I come with my 20%. So please do not bring 1,000 if it's the only money you have. Is the point home, guys? Because when you lose the 1,000, you'll go back to zero. The guy brought all his capital. Then I want to talk about the take profit and the leverage to end. Some of you I know, you have, you have, you have, because of yesterday's class, because of yesterday's class, some of you, you think it is very good to take huge take profits. Am I still loud and clear? Because of the Zoom I did yesterday, I'm not sharing anything. Just listen to my voice. Some of you have developed a mindset that it is okay to take big profits. My friends, you saw that I was closely monitoring the trade. How many of you saw that? Let me know in the chat. How many of you saw that I was closely monitoring the trade? Because, guys, me, I'm one person who doesn't want to see you lose, but I don't want you to use my excitement. I was closely monitoring the trade. And when I saw it change a little bit, I ran away. Please. The reason why I said 1%, because 1% is easy to achieve. Give me a 2 if you have seen that happen. Please don't go for 3%. Please don't go for 5%. Please don't go for 10%. 1% is achievable. All those big percentages you are talking for, they are highly risky. Am I clear? Let me know. Let me know if I'm clear. Drop the gambling mindset. Then, if you are fearful, please use 5x. If you are fearful, use 5x because this is what it means. This is what it means, ladies and gentlemen. When you put 10x, it means that this coin will sell when it is. Let me share my screen because I have a floating loss here. I believe there is a floating loss in my chart. Let me share because I might see some of you because I see people in the group say, I've taken my first trade. This is wow, my friend. By the time you reach the 30th, you'll be. That's why you see this time, I'm only talking about 100 trades. But you know, it is not easy. Do you know it is not easy for you to win 100 trades? Let me know in the chat. Do you know it is not easy for you to win 100 trades? I've seen many people say this is why we like you. Do you know it is not easy for you to have 100 successful trades? Because someone called me and told me when he had made his money, he was like, man, I am even today the engineer has come to my house. I am even now starting off I had bought this plot of mine in Royal Q, and I have brought the engineer. Tomorrow we shall start powering material. I said, okay, congratulations, sir. Yeah, this is a very good. Now, my leader, you see, alt is doing so well, and I see it is still going to continue in one shot. How many of you saw alt change yesterday? It changed dramatically, like nobody's business. Eh? When you make some money, leave the coin to be. Is that message clear also? When you make some money off the coin, leave the coin to be. Is my message clear also? Stop thinking that this coin is going to continue. When, by principle, when a coin overdrops, when a coin gets into the oversold area, that's why when I'm teaching, I told you, have the stochastic RSI on. Let me come back again. Please, guys, principles should remain principles. Don't break them. Or else I'm going to come to a time when I see most of you, you are being slaughtered. Some of you are even going to kill yourselves. I don't want to lose people because of trading. I don't want to see people do videos on TikTok for me. Because some of you are now going to go on TikTok and start making videos for me. I was told I'm going to make money, but after 2 days, I lost everything. I will, if it's me, I will just come and attack you direct. Let's look here, guys. Trade with a stochastic RSI. These are moving averages. Are we clear? Okay, according to our class, what do we expect here? According to our lesson, what do we expect? Just to keep things minimal. What do we expect according to our lesson? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What should we expect? Someone says the screen is not visible. Okay, let me come back again. Let me stop share and share again. Let me stop sharing and I share again. Okay, is my screen visible now? Is my screen visible now? Is it visible now? I've shared the second time. It is now visible. Please, Always check. Don't copy a wrong answer. You see someone copies a wrong answer and still comes back in the chat and types a no. Hmm? Look here, guys. It is true we expect an uptrend, but where is the stochastic RSI? Where is the stochastic RSI? Give me some answers in the chat. Where is the stochastic RSI now, right now? It's in the overbought region. What do we expect? Since it is in the overbought region, what do we expect? Do we expect the sellers to forgive us because generally the market is going to be on a downward, on an upward trend? This could be. Do you see this thing from here to here? You already sweating plasma. How many understand what I'm talking about? How many understand what I'm talking about? That a simple move you see. That a simple move you see. I'm telling you reality. This one, that car one up to there, you will, because look here, if you're using 10x, when this coin moves down 2%, your coin is down by 20%. If you're using 10x, how many are now understanding? When this coin moves down 5%, if you use the 10x, you are down 50%. Are we following? Are we following? Are we following? Are we following? I'll come to time frame again. Are we following? If your mindset can only handle sport, stay in sport. But those of you who have tried futures, is there business? Let me know in the chat. Those of you who have come here and tried futures, is there money? Let me know in the chat. If there is money, type serious money. If there is money, type for me serious money in the chat. Those of you who have tried. So once you have good risk management, once you have good risk management, if you are listening to this class of mine very seriously, once you have good risk management, this is a life-changing opportunity. The risk is not the risk is not a big deal because you manage your risk with the risk management. Is that clear? You manage your risk with risk management. But the money is too much. If you cannot do risk management, you will call futures gambling. How many are understanding? I have met people who say that to succeed in futures, you need to be on the market. You don't need to be on the market because by principle, let's get back. If I get 20% of my capital and I set my margin calls according to this 20%, do I need to be on the market after having picked my coin? Let me know in the chat. Do I need to be on the market? Necessary. I pick the coin. I set my margin calls. I do my work. When I come back and I have been liquidated, Will I cry? Let me know in the chat. Will I cry? I come back, I have lost the 20%. Will I cry? No. I'll look for another trade. I pick another trade. Now, are we okay with risk management? Are we okay with risk management? Now I want to go to the second thing. Are we okay with risk management? Just understand on your margin configuration, when you put 0.2 and your leverage is 10%, that means this will be 2%. When you put 3 and your leverage is 10x, that will be 30%. Is that message home on your margin configuration? Now also the other thing, people who are bringing people in the business, don't start them off on futures. Our signals for the spot market are still coming. Am I clear? Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Am I clear? Give me a one. If you bring people who are new to the business, tell them, my brother, you are going to start from the spot market. When you master setting up your boat in the spot market, then come to futures. Don't start people with futures. Hey, Kaswa Minds Organization. Yes, please stay where you can manage. Then I have finished with the risk management. So on your margin configuration, I have told you that if the margin call drop is you put 5, if your leverage is 5, then means that will be 25%. If your leverage is 10, that will be 50% when the coin drops 50%. Okay? All right. Now, the same knowledge we use in futures can be used in sport. Okay? The same knowledge we use in sport can be used in futures. But for you to survive in futures, the most important thing is that risk management. Because all of you can see if I put this coin in 1 hour, what is the trend? What is the trend? Because this is where our business is. What is the trend of this coin? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. In 1 hour, it's a downward trend. Now listen to me. No matter which time frame you choose, never trade against the trend. With futures, price action is not enough. Give me a one if my message is home. With futures, price action is not enough. Like what I mean by price action, let me get these indicators off. If we are doing technical analysis purely, we could look at this coin here. We could look at the current price. According to our lessons, we shall draw a line here. Maybe you are using, it doesn't matter by the way. Then from here, we draw lines from the current price. I'm just drawing, I'm not even focusing so much. And by principle, this thickness is too much. And by principle, you will all agree with me that you will be so positive that this coin will reach this price. Even when we got 4 hours, you see, it is in the over oversold area. By principle, you will be positive that this coin is going to rise. Not so, let me know in the chat. Not so, let me know in the chat. By principle, the next thing you expect is that this coin is going to rise. But before you bring your technical analysis, what is the trend? What is the trend? What is the trend? If you want to survive, never trade, no matter which time frame. Me, I'm not concerned where you are picking your coin. If you are picking it in 4 hours, never trade against the trend. If the message is home, give me a yes in the chat. If the message is home, give me a yes in the chat. Your other things, it will go my way. It will go my way. Look at the stochastic RSI. Here, they will not work. Here, they will not work. Are we together? So that's why if you cannot afford these indicators, you don't have a paid indicator. That's why the other time I gave you a 1 indicator and I came here. I'm reminding you. I came here and I gave you this indicator was called what? I'm even forgetting. What was the name of that indicator, guys? Baby, bulungi wasuza otya sweetheart? Ugenze kukola ugenze kukola sente? Kali mukwano. What was the name of the indicator? Let me see. The market bias. Okay. How many have used that indicator and it's giving you good results? How many have used that indicator and it's giving you some good results? How many have used that indicator and it's giving you some good results? Let me know in the chat. So if you don't have a paid what? So this is 4 hours. And also when you bring the indicator in play, the indicator alone is not enough. Apply this indicator with the stochastic RSI also, no matter which time frame you're doing your analysis. Because if you don't apply both, these futures will not work for you. Never trade against the market trend. Is the message home? Never trade against the market trend. Never put high leverage. Use risk management. If you can use those three, does futures work? If you can use those three, does futures work? If you can't use those, leave the business alone. Go and trade your spot market. I have warned you. Don't put high take profit. Please, I want to beg you. Don't put, yesterday someone called me. I have my $3,000. I've been making 100 per day. And I invest like the whole 3,000, my brother. Huh? Find me that super coin. I told him, friend, Sorry, guys. Sorry. But I'm back. But I'm back finally. I'm back. But question before I complete today's training. Number one, were you able to get the message home? Was the message clear? Let me know in the chat. 20% of your capital, all your budgets, your margin calls should be on that money. Please. We shall increase our risk appetite when what is happening in the world gets done. I don't know if I'm home. We shall finish because, guys, these wars are slaughtering us straight on the ground. These wars are slaughtering us straight on the ground. Your technical analysis is not enough. I don't know if someone gets my point. Your TA, your market bias and your stochastic RSI are not enough. Let me know if you have understood that. Why? Because of what is happening in the world. Those wars cause fear. Now let's take an example of what is happening in Kenya. Just, do you know that if someone wanted to start investing in crypto in Kenya, they may not be able to bring their money into the market? Just I'm giving you a simple example. I'm giving you a simple example. So your technical analysis, your market bias, your stochastic RSI are not enough. Someone says we still need more lectures on this trade. I hope you are new. Those of you who have been with me from last week up to today, can you be able to pick trades? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Those of you who have been with me from last week up to today, when I'm discussing this thing over and over, repeating myself, can you be able to pick trades? You see, maybe this is your first time to be here. But those of you who have been with me since last week up to today. So what I'm sharing is basically for those people who have a total solution to the problem. So 20% of your capital, that's where your budget of margin call should be. I'm not sharing anything. I'm not sharing anything. 20%, that's where your budget should be. Your margin calls should be on that budget. Your first buying amount should be on that budget. So even if you say my first buying amount, I have $20, I'm going to use off $10, the remaining $10 should be your margin call. Number two, never trade against the market trend. Ladies and gentlemen, don't take 1% to be very small. 1% is 10%. Does that make sense to someone? Don't say, my leader, you see 1% is very small. I will enter any coin. The 1% will make you sweat plasma. When you observe the above principles, I encourage you to be bold about your decisions to go and trade because there is a lot of money. So having done this class, I'm now going to do a video. I wanted to do this class here. I'm now going to do a video on how to use the signals we send on the groups. Any question about what we have discussed today? Because it is more important than anything. Any questions? You are welcome. So now the next thing from this call, I'm going to do a video. And in that video, it will be about explaining on how to use the signals. So the question must be about what I have discussed. The question should not be, I don't understand. Hey. Let me allow, please unmute yourself.
Can I speak, leader?
Yes.
Yesterday, as I got the UK VPN, I was able to get my API, but I could not get features, in the list. So I don't know what to do.
Then it means you haven't understood. Guys, whoever has not understood me, I'm not going to force you to enter into futures. Hey, please take your time. There is nothing you are chasing because you can burn your fingers around.
What I mean is in the API, I could not see in the list, like spot margin and all, and other things. But API, features did not appear there for me to check.
Yes, because it cannot appear if you have not yet activated your futures account.
Okay.
It cannot.
So I need to.
Until you have activated your futures account.
Okay. Okay, maybe in the videos I'll see how to activate the features account because I went straight to the API.
No, you need to go down on your account where there is futures, and then you activate your futures account.
Okay, before the API.
Yeah, so you need to delete you need to delete the API. Then you come where it is written futures. You will be able to see where it is saying buy long, buy short. Tap on it, and whether it is short or long because it's a demo. Then you think I have experience, and that's how you activate your futures account.
Okay, thank you very much.
Then you go and you do the API.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me go to this one. Yes, Crypto Sniper.
Good morning. Thank you very much, it's Leader Minata. I have one question, and if you answer, maybe it can help my team members that are in this Zoom. So the question is, my leader, for example, as you said, 10x, which is if you take 1%, you put the 10x, it will give you 10%, right? Now, I want to understand, in the opposite way, if the market goes against you, like in floating loss minus 10%, is your money going to be liquidated? Because for my understanding, minus 10% means 10% times 10 is 100%. Will you be liquidated? Thank you very much for your answer.
When you pick a coin, the coin gives you a liquidation price. The percentage is not what causes the liquidation. but the leverage you put either makes the liquidation happen faster, because everything is multiplied by 10. When a coin goes down by 2%, by 2%, that is already 20% in floating loss. It is times 10. Is the message home? When the coin goes down by 0.2, that is already 2% because it is times 10. I don't know if I've answered you. But there is no meaning that you'll be liquidated. The liquidation is in your when you open a coin, there is a liquidation price.
Okay, thank you very much. I got it.
Home.
Thank you very much.
All right. In Italy, futures are not allowed. If you're in those countries, I believe you need to if you can access HTX, I think HTX will be able to work out. HTX will be able to work out. Okay, someone has asked how you, I don't know, but electricity is off, so networks are bad. Someone has asked, so for example, let's open this coin. So you see, I'm using 10x. This means this is $15. So when I try to close by negative 1.6, but because the leverage is high, so if you can't handle high leverage, then anything from 2 to 10 is okay. You could do 5x. So it is now negative 17. I hope I've answered you. It's now negative 18. So someone has asked me, can I set up margin calls? Margin calls are very easy. Every coin you open has a minimum. For example, if I don't know the minimum here and I put $200, okay, that would be $7. When I put, let me say, 100 coins, that would be $3 to be my first buying amount. Then I come on margin configuration. When I put first call 1, it means when this coin will fall by 10%. When I put another 1, it means when this coin will fall another 10%. So I put 1, I put 2. When I put another 1.5, it means when this coin will fall 15%. So I'm just drastically increasing. So this will be 3 times 1, which will be 3. 3 times 2, which will be 6. 3 times 3, which will be 9. So let me put a 2 here. That will be 20%. 3 times 4, which will be 12. Is the message home? The person was asking, so then I save. Sometimes you find that they don't allow less than 131. So it is $5. So it will be 5 times 1, which is 5. 5 times 2, which is 10. So if I have less capital, then I will need you to create bigger drops. So this will be 15%. Is the message home? Then I switch on my margin call. The person was asking, have I answered you? I was teaching someone who wants to use very little capital. Have I answered you? Any capital is applicable. The person who asked me, have I answered you? Is the leverage only for the first buying amount, even margin calls? I told you, according to my experience, even margin calls get affected. I tried placing a trade and I was told there is a rational issue. What does it mean? First, go and delete all your APIs. You have more than one API. So make sure you go and delete your API. How much leverage does Bybit use? I'm not in all exchanges. I'm just using a few. Someone is asking, should the AI margin call be on? Now you remember, you see, I think 250 something. So whenever it buys, it increases. If you want the AI to be on, you are just protecting your capital. Usually ask me about this AI. Just understand what AI margin call does. For example, in my previous call, I said that when the coin drops 1%, which is 10%. So if it drops 10% and it rises by my buying callback, which could be maybe 0.1 or 0.5, if you switch on the AI, whether in spot or in futures, the robot will not buy. It will monitor this coin and invest in your money at the right moment. And invest in your money at the right moment. I hope that person I have also answered you. The person has asked about AI, are you good to go? Whether spot or futures, same philosophy. Same philosophy. Good, thank you. Issues with binding. Whoever has issues with binding, I think I have provided a video about that. Did I do that onto Telegram? Creating a futures account, guys. Did I do that? Let me know in the chat. The video, the way I made the video, I used the phone. It's a straight video, so I wouldn't upload it onto YouTube. But I think I provided it onto futures. When you join the channel, come here and you to set your exchange for futures. I think I did all in this video. So once you join, scroll up on the pinned messages. Let me also, I think I didn't pin this one. I don't see it pinned. So here I even went ahead. I explained API. I think I did. I think I did that. Someone told me the video is fast. You can always tap on the video and slow the pace of the video. If you want to give it a 1x travel, you can always lower the speed at which the video is traveling for you to listen very well. But the video is in here in the chat. You just need to scroll up. Okay, you just need to scroll up and be able to access the video. Okay, you just need to scroll up in the messages, or you can tap on pinned messages. This video will appear when you tap on pinned messages. Then you go through the video. Yeah. So maybe I drop the link again. Then the other important thing, there are scammers. If someone inboxes you and they tell you, have you set up a futures account? Let me go to your account and help you, run away. Is the message home? Is the message home? Okay. Guys,
where I'm giving you the link, there are scammers. If someone tells you, have you set up the futures account? Let me help you. They are going to steal your money. Me, I've done my part. Don't come to me. They have taken my money. Save me. Find a way. It's none of my business. They are scammers. Me, I teach all things here. Do I inbox anyone? Has anyone seen me inboxing you? I don't inbox people. I do not inbox people. By the way, even on Telegram, I'm not active. I'm not even active on Telegram. Is the message home? I'm not active on Telegram. On Telegram, I just share the information. I even don't answer messages. So don't say, I've shared the video. I've told you where the video is. Let me see. So when you sell away the coin, you capital, you use the where does the money go? It remains. When I set a 10x, when I set a 10x, when I set 10x on the coin, I'm gonna trade in HTX. It sells at 1x in the robot. It does not reach 10x. I don't know. Simply because HTX in Roku doesn't allow 10x. So if you can access Binance, better deal. We request you. I think that one I've answered. I set up my exchange in Binance. I did my API successfully. It said successful, yet no coin is showing up on my futures when I tap. I watch the video and learn what to do very well. About setting your Binance, what? Your Binance exchange for futures. These ones I've answered. Can I leave the AI margin call yet? I have answered what AI margin call means. You can put it on or put it off. You can put it on or put it off. Does a margin call avoid liquidation? Guys, I've told you liquidation is real. Margin calls help you push the liquidation price lower, but liquidation is real. If you do not use the principles I've talked about, then just know, if they don't liquidate you now, they're about to liquidate you soon. Even Bybit can only allow 1x. Okay, let them continue making that. We shall find out how Royalty could improve. When Royalty notifies you that you have insufficient funds to buy further margin call, does your trade stop if you have wrong settings? So you can switch off the margin calls, then start the trade. When I create the futures account, when do I lose money? I don't know. It depends on the coin and on the market. But you can lose money. It is serious. If you fear, trade spot. And I choose new and not experienced. Is there any way I can change that? You have already created the account, so just go on. When you sell the coin, the capital you use, does it come back? For you to have fear, stay in sport. Don't come to futures because you're real. So my friend Ikananura, stay in sport until you develop your confidence. Don't come to futures because you are scared of losing money. Yet here losing money is real. Am I realistic? You see me, I'm realistic. My friend Kananura, if you are new to trading, start with sport. Get used to sport. Me, I'm realistic. Me, I don't want to pretend. Where you are coming, you fear that you lose money. Yet losing money in futures is real. So start with sport. Build your confidence with sport before you come to futures. I lost my phone, downloaded the app Binance from Play Store without using someone's link. Is it safe? Yes, it is. Just log in with your details. HTX only accepts 1x. I don't know why. We need to just write RoQ and see how things can get better. When you open hours time frame, will it be different when you open 15 minutes? Yes, it can be different because 1 hour is a bigger picture, while 15 minutes is a small picture of the trade. But one principle, don't trade against the market trend. If 1 hour the trend is an upward movement, and in 15 minutes it is a downward movement. Let me say, in 1 hour the coin has been oversold, but in 15 minutes the coin has been overbought. That coin will deliver if the trend is in your favor, but it will take a longer time. How leverage is affecting loss. If you have a bigger leverage, if you put in a bigger leverage will bring you to your floating loss easier. A big leverage will cause you to not even floating loss. It will make your liquidation happen faster than with a smaller leverage. When you send signals for futures, what do you mean by 15% drop? We have not said 15% drop, but it seems, my friend, you are not yet familiar to the class. Keep attending more lessons until you understand what to do. I'm not scared of liquidation, coach. I want to know, but I've answered you. Is it possible for Royalty to introduce stop loss in the system? I have told you so many times, stop loss is not necessary. You just need to manage your risk management, open your margin calls well. Floating loss is not necessary. I don't even need to ask Royalty to bring it, because with more margin calls, you push your liquidation price lower. When do they charge funding fee? They charge funding fee when you spend more than 8 hours on a coin. In futures, is the TP calculated on your first buying amount? The calculation of take profit depends on so many factors: your leverage and the money you have invested. I'm not scared of liquidation, but I want to know, if I win the coin, is my capital used returned? Who will take your money? That's why I told you you are not familiar. Who will take your money? Your money is in your exchange, goes with your money. What's the relationship between leverage and drop? If your leverage is 10x, the leverage affects everything on your trade. Okay, the leverage accepts everything on your trade. HTX only allows 1xy. I don't know. We need to just write to Royalty. Do you have a video on how to set up trading view? Yes, go to the YouTube channel. Coach, I have observed that the capital changes with the floating loss in Royalty without even buying margin calls. Is it okay? Okay. Coach, I have observed that capital changes reflects without even buying, moves with your leverage and the movement of the market. Okay? With your leverage and the movement of the market. I think I've done enough. I don't receive a code verification on my email while I do API binding. I don't know what's wrong. Check your spam messages. Do we have sub-bin mode? Do we need sub-bin mode your time settlement? Yes, when you open margin calls, you can put sub-bin mode your time settlement so that you can make off some money as the coin keeps floating. Coach, good morning. Where do we find Binance link to register in South Africa? Anybody in South Africa here? If you want to help someone register Binance, drop your link. In the funding fee, is fixed to a specific time, or exchange starts counting from the time I've started trading? I'm not sure. But what I know, if you stay in a trade 8 hours and above, you are charged a funding fee. If you don't want, when they send you the email, close the trade before the time has been given to you. outline the principles. I think this was a very long lesson. I request you to go back and watch. What if the coin takes 4% and I set 1%? Do they give me 4% or 1%? They'll give you 4%. Coach, I have observed that the capital changes, but you have asked this thing. Because when I answer, Coach, I have observed that the capital changes with floating loss. I beg your pardon. About what? The principles, I request you guys to go back and watch this video about the issue of 8 hours. When you stay in a coin for more than 8 hours, you get charged a funding fee. It is given to traders. Okay? So they always send you an email warning you about that charge. If you don't want to be charged, then you close the trade. I think I've answered. I think I handled all these issues. I talked about your survival with isolated. If you watch my video, so that you avoid other issues. Can I change the percentage in HTX manually? I think you can. Try and see how it works. Can the bot show me all margin calls bought? Let me say 40 margin calls I have bought. Is it shown? It will show you. Go and open. Leverage doesn't apply on my trades. Why? I don't know also. Make sure. Remember, guys, I have said it several times. You cannot change leverage after setting the coin. The leverage, you set it when you are setting. It is not changeable. So if you wanted to change it, it will not work. All right. I hope I've tried my best to answer the questions. What can I do? What can one do when the market bias shows an example of a downtrend and the stochastic RSI shows an uptrend? Remember, the stochastic RSI just moves with the movement of the market. If the general trend is a downtrend, remember, coins don't go down in a straight line. Is my message home? This you know. Coins don't go down a straight line. That's just a retracement. Okay? So, principle number one, no matter which direction the stochastic RSI is giving you, don't trade against the market trend. How many times can I repeat that? It's a principle. Don't break the principle. So if the market bias is disturbing you, go use moving averages, go use Bollinger Bands. I think I've provided so many options for you. Hi, coach. I have spent 10 hours on a trade. My margin call is 4 margin calls and left with at least the fifth one. So what's the problem? How can I sell the coin manual on futures? Let me come back. Where is this coin? So if this is the coin, and I want basically to sell it, I tap on close, market price, 100%. That's what will happen. Let me check this coin up. For example, let's take this example for someone who asked me about the RSI. For example, what is the trend of this coin? If I'm using 4 hours, maybe. What is the trend? Give me some answers in the chat. What is the trend of this coin? What is the trend? Like those of you who saw this coin yesterday, if you had given it a short when it reached here, let me send signals for those who want money and know what to do then tomorrow. After this call, I will make sure that because this guy is very good at finding these signals. You see me, I'm not always on the market. It depends just on the time frame. Let me see, maybe this is 15 minutes. Now the coin is going down. Okay. Someone has seen an opportunity of shorting the coin in 15 minutes. But it depends what the person is using to analyze the coin. But for you, by principle, never trade against the market trend. Because if you do, you have higher chances of the market not moving in your favor. Okay, so here in 5 minutes, very good downward trend, good coin. In 3 minutes, very good. This person is enjoying this short. Maybe in 1 minute, very sweet. So it just depends on the time you are choosing to trade in. It's up to you. I like the 1% take profit makes oneself. Okay. So make sure you are making right decisions. Bro, I'm not asking. I was telling those who are asking about the leverage. You can set 10x manually in your exchange. Okay. What's the difference between a single asset mode and multiple asset mode? I don't say anything great. It means you are going to trade different pairs because there are different pairs of Bitcoin stroke another pair, Bitcoin stroke USDT. So the reason why we choose single asset is to avoid a lot of confusion in your chart. Make sure you are in isolated, avoid cross margin because your money will be moving in a lot of trades. If you use cross margin, trade one coin at a time. Hope that's enough for today. Have a good day and bye everybody. If you have not yet figured out and understood what we are talking about, stay in the spot market. Is the message home, ladies and gentlemen? Is the message home? If you have not yet understood what we are talking about, stay in the spot market. Are we together? Let me know in the chat. If you have not yet figured out and understood what we are talking about, stay in the spot market. Let me know if the message is home. Leave these things of yes, I might do the video, but if you have not yet understood, please stay in your spot market. Make money the other side. Don't call me when you are crying. That's why many people call me, help me set a coin. I'm saying no. Take your time, understand what we are talking about. If you have not yet understood, don't trade. I don't have any WhatsApp group. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have a WhatsApp number. I don't have special classes for anyone. I teach everything here. If you have not understood, leave futures. Trade spot. Is my message home? Is my message home? Me, I'm not going, you are not going to come in my chat and start asking me because you want to make money very fast. If you have not understood it here, leave it. Wait until you will understand. Me, I will keep teaching until you understand it here. If you don't understand it here, I don't even have a WhatsApp number for you. Someone is saying, I don't get link of the meeting. I shared Telegram. Even if you have my WhatsApp number, there is no way I'll send you a special message. Do I send links on Telegram, ladies and gentlemen? Do I send links on Telegram? Please, I send the Telegram link. use Telegram. If you have not understood, don't trade. I see questions whenever I try to get isolated. It tells me it is because of multiple assets. You have not watched the video that I sent. Go and watch properly. Me, I have done my part. Please, if you have not understood sport, until you understand on an individual basis, many people are asking me why. Because here there is making money and losing money. I don't want to be in between. That's why whoever is saying, Julius, one-on-one about futures, I tell you, my brother, if on the meeting you have not understood, leave me alone. It means that your mindset is not yet ready for futures. You must come here, you understand the concept, then you ask me small questions. What if I put this? But if from zero, sport. Trade sport. Don't come to futures. Trade sport. Leader in Europe, we need more teaching on HTX as most of the coins. Okay. I have not understood futures, but I like it. Stay in liking. Don't trade. Stay in liking. Don't trade, my brother. Just keep salivating until you understand, because we still need you. The problem is not futures or sport. It is enter and exit problem point. Okay. Then you haven't mastered enter and exit. Don't trade. Yeah, don't trade. You think if you know how to enter and to exit, you can survive in futures? You ask those who are listening to me. When I tap on my Binance asset, I see margin balance on futures, but what does that mean? When you tap on your Binance asset, I think it is the amount of money that is remaining in your futures account. But sir, I thought you said learning is in the doing. Yeah, when someone understands, they will do. If they don't understand, then let them leave. We are going to make a video for the signals. Okay, I'm going to write. Let me write from here. I see. Someone says I write. Now, I also told you don't trade in lower time frame. You see, in 1 minute, it was the downtrend, now uptrend. That's why me, I stay. If I pick my coin, I remain very calm. I know more margin calls. There will be always a liquidation price. Okay, you want me to write to Royal Q? Let me write. Let me write. Let's see. I usually complain about so many things, but let's go. y1x in htx and buy it. And buy what? Buy bit. Please increase more leverage in royal settings. Yeah, I usually speak. Okay, yes, sure, thanks for the support. But y1x in htx and bybit, please. The message is not clear. Let me recall it. Now, the phone I'm using is a challenge. It cannot show me. But he will understand. I need to write using my other device. But I'm going to recall it and write again. Increase the leverage to more than 1x. They will read my message. Usually, this is usually the backup office. I basically usually speak direct when I have issues with Royal Q. And they have always responded. So I'll get you the feedback. I've answered that. What else? My friend in Nigeria did API and also set up Binance. Well, what could be the problem? Or it is crucial to use VPN. I don't know. People are saying they're using VPN, but Binance says it will delete your account. It can ban you if they use VPN. But my brothers in Nigeria are saying they are surviving. Julia, someone asked me yesterday to choose a cycle mode instead of one shot in futures. The answer was why was one shot. Was like why? I told her it's because of liquidation was the right answer. Okay, cycle could be good, like if you can monitor coin, for example. For example, I open this coin. My choice of trade is, let me say, network is that. So if for example, this is 4 hours. I can place this coin on a cycle if I can monitor. Have I answered you, my brother? If I can monitor, I can place this coin on a cycle and I take 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. Monitor, then it's a deadly decision. Hope I've answered you. In Nigeria, is it P2P they banned? All other activities are still working. Okay. Okay. No more questions in the chat. I've tried those I can. Please, can you help Android users to solicit for the calculation under the first buy? It is there. You see when you tap on, let me say I want to trade a coin. I'm a person who trades one coin at a time. Let me say I want to trade magic. Then I start the trade. If I want to go short or long, it doesn't matter. When I come here on the first buying amount, you see 32.4 is $5. So if I increase it to, let me say 100, that will be 15. If I put it to 1,000, that would be 154. If I put a 10x, then they will have used $15. This divided by 154, which will be $15. If I put 10,000, then it will be $154 that they will use on my money. Have I answered you, sir? Maybe your app is not updated. Coach, please, the name of the market bias. It's the name of the indicator. If one's quantity and amount cannot set both or none at the same time while setting futures, what does that mean? If one was quantity and amount, if you don't have money, then it can't set. Make sure you have put money. Make sure you are reading as you are setting. Like if I put 1,000 and I don't have the money, it will not work. So make sure you are putting in the money as you see the amount. Read. Guys, have a good day. Can't we have a class of live trading twice a week? For what? That as I'm trading, you are also seeing as I'm trading. I don't know what Rachel is meaning. That I come here online, I'm trading, you are trading. That's a lot of time to be wasted. Yesterday, when I was here, did we trade together? Those were on my lesson for yesterday. I think I was here, I entered coins with you. I was showing you as the coins are moving, la 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 la. Did I do that? Me, I cannot come here online and spend the whole day. Hey, I'm in coins. I show you. I was here yesterday and I showed you. It is a lot of time to be invested to be online with you guys. I was here and I showed you. Just one example is enough. After you have set your first buying amount and the traders bought and started, do we need to go back? Yes, you go back and change your margin calls. I did that yesterday. I don't need to be every day on that. It is a lot of time to be invested. How can I add more money in my Binance account? Just go to your futures account, tap transfer, remove money from any of your accounts to your futures account. Crypto Sniper, do you still have a question? I see your hand is still up. Why is it that in UK, when you download the exchanges, all they do show you API? Certain exchanges don't work in UK. I think in UK, you better use Bybit. If you are in UK, use Bybit. How do we calculate the amount to use for a margin calls? My friend, you still have a long journey. If you didn't understand what I shared, first stay in spot and learn how to calculate margin calls. First stay in spot. When you figure out in spot, then you can come to futures. Because I talked about it here, I'm sorry if you didn't get it. I request you to first stay in spot. Leader, you just said that if the first buying amount in case 150, my leverage is 10. Only $15 will enter from your money. You see this? This means that it is 1,545. If I divide by 10, from my money, they remove off 154. The rest will be times 10. They have borrowed me this money, but on mine they will take that. If it is 15 and it is a 10x from my money, they are going to remove $1.5. Is it okay, my brother? That is the mathematics. Is it okay? Is it okay? So the one was asking me about how you calculate. If you don't know how to calculate, use default. Are we together, guys? If you don't know how to calculate, use default. If you don't know how to calculate, use default. So it means that when it will go down 35, 40, 45, 50, use default. If you want to reduce them and these are very big, maybe you move from steady to radical. These are a little bit smaller drops. If you don't know how to come up with this that you see here, just change your multiples. If it was 1, it was 2, you can put 1. So it will be putting in $5. If you put 1.5, then this is not USDT. These are coins of magic. These. So if you want to know the real amount, then it requires you to multiply with the current price of the coin to know how much. And when you increase the leverage, so with no leverage, it's less. So you need to come back if you want to know the real amount. But to me, the leverage, sometimes it could work on the margin call, sometimes it may not work. But I think it goes with the multiples that you have put. So basically, if you can't calculate, use default. Play with your multiples and play with your... Oh, so this is 15. So let me put... So that is 1. You can put 2. So these will be the coins. You can put 6. It will follow your multiples. It will follow your multiples. Did I do a video about that? Did I do a video about that? Let me know in the chat. Did I do a video about that? I have $20. I have $20 and just take one quantity with 10x on futures, the signal you just dropped. But it comes with a message. The quantity and the amount set or none at the same time. Guys, read. Some of you don't read. For example, some of you don't read. You just want to cram. There is zero cram work here. If you are setting this coin on a short and you put one coin here, this is 0.0386 to read. When you try to, it is a certain amount they start with. They don't start with less than 131. Have I answered you? So for you, when you put 1 here, when you open a coin, it comes with a default minimum. Let me go back. I don't know if I've answered someone. When I open hook and I want to trade hook will come with a default minimum. So when you put less than that and you put 1, when you try to sell, they will tell you it is less than. So they start with, have I answered you, sir? Please read. Please, is there any exchange called Bybit that you can use in UK? I think Bybit works. I think also HTX works. Assuming after you are liquidated, the trade doesn't close. When I close, it will change in Royal. Just always refresh. I believe it's usually some network. You need to always refresh. How do I refresh my screen? Like I pull it down, I refresh. Okay. If you are using cross margin, you can always trade a coin in both languages. And it will always look like this. This is how the coin will look like. It in both languages, both shorting and longing at the same time. But you can also be liquidated both sides because each will have a different liquidation price. 0.003. So each will have a different liquidation price. But now your questions are just getting many. The learning is in the doing. There is no way I'll explain my own is not coming with minimum quantity. So put until the amount is acceptable. I've told you the minimum is 131. If I only have $100, how do I set my first buy? Guys, you are new. Please, if you are new, don't try futures. Start from the other side. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that's enough for today. Have a good day. Bye, everybody. Is it possible to trade the same coin both in futures and spot? Yes, it is possible. All right, guys. Have a good day. If you don't know what to do, you don't understand what we are talking about, simple. Come on our Telegram channel. Let me drop the links. But even spot signals are coming through. So choose where you want. Understand futures, setting. Those 3 videos are there for you. The videos are there. I've sent videos in the chat. Take time, watch them.